17 years. Seems a lot longer.
Oh! That's the last time I interview you, Buggy.
Missus, on behalf of me gran and me, I'd like you to accept this small token of our heartfelt gratitude.
Dennis, is this for me?
Here, come hold the box, else.
A cardboard
There,
box.
I can't get a grip on me banjo, otherwise.
A cardboard box. Very kind of you.
Well,
Dennis.
take it then.
Oh, I see. It's a carnation milk box. A whole box of evaporated milk for me. Well, I'm overwhelmed, Dennis.
That
Thank
ain't
you.
milk. Look inside while I sing me song. Fen tigers got dewdrops on their nose. Fen tigers got webs between their toes. Fen tigers catch eel and grotto fight. But blast that wind come off the fen, that'll blow you there and back again. Blast that wind come off the fen, that'll blow you off your board.
Oh, thank you, Dennis. Well, now let's see what you've given me here in this cardboard box. Whatever it is, Dennis, I want to say at the outset I'm most grateful to you and your granny for your great kindness in even thinking of me at this season.
That's one of her hampers, you see, isn't it?
Really? It's one of your granny's hampers, is
No,
it?
Miss Edwards at the post office.
Really? A hamper from Grunty Fen Post Office?
Yeah.
Oh, Dennis, this is a great honour.
That is, Miss Edwards. That is a great honour.
What can I say?
There's people round these parts save up all year so they can have one of Miss Edwards' Christmas hampers, you know.
Well, Dennis, I truly am overwhelmed by your kindness.
Shilling a week they pay into her Christmas club for one of her hampers, you know.
It's me, a shilling a week, you say?
You're getting a whole hamper for nothing there, you
Well,
know.
as you say, Dennis, and as I say, I am honoured. It is an honour indeed. Thank
It's
you.
a huge honour, Miss Edwards.
Yes, well, thank you again, Dennis, for...
Well, go on then. Go on.
What? Well, Dennis, I've said thank you.
Well, open it.
What, open it now.
See what you got. Go on.
All right, but I mean, it's a big box, a hamper, isn't it? Certainly very, very, very full.
Marvellous value, Mrs. I thought that'd surprise you, you know.
Yes, well, possibly startled would be more the word.
What do you think then, eh?
Well, I'm just trying... Dennis, tell me, upon what principle or philosophy does Miss Edwards decide what to include in her customers' Christmas hampers?
Oh, that weren't Miss Edwards.
Oh, really? It wasn't Miss Edwards? She didn't fill the hampers herself?
Well, not this year, no.
Oh, who did?
Laid low with the flu, she were, you
Really?
see.
Really? Oh, so who did the job for her?
And Miss Edna.
Well, her sister, your former fiancée, Miss Edna.
Laid low with the flu, too, she were and all, you know.
So who did pack this hamper, Dennis? Dennis.
You see, I'm your man in a crisis.
Dennis, you did it, didn't you? You've been filling Miss Edwards' Christmas Club hampers this year, haven't you? Oh, I say.
I think I can say, without fear of contravention, that I stepped onto the beach.
You stepped onto the beach?
Saved her from embarrassment, Mrs.
Dennis, I think you mean you stepped into the breach. Stepped on. Anyway, it doesn't matter. It was very neighbourly of you. Now, let's see what you decided to put in.
Known for her value, she is. Famous her Christmas hampers are, and
What sort of things have
all
you
the
included?
little luxuries what people round here crave for,
Really?
Mrs.
Hang on, wait a minute. What's this here? Oh, it's a box of sweets. Oh, that's nice, Dennis. A box of
Licorice sorts, isn't it?
licorice sorts.
Yeah.
Don't you mean licorice all sorts, Dennis?
Ah, well, see, Miss Edwards, she's prey to these here smart salesmen what come round offering her sort of cut-price confectionery and that, you see. This young fella come round in his smart little car and his hair all sort of smarmed down, and Miss Edwards, she was sort of carried away with his charm, you see.
dear.
Well, she didn't think to check, you see. That weren't till people started coming back after they'd bought some, you see.
Well, after they bought some of these licorice all sorts?
Yeah, Miss Edwards. They was all the same. They weren't all sorts. They was all Pontefract cakes, weren't they?
I see, how irritating for poor Miss Edwards.
Well, she never thought of checking them, did she? Well, you wouldn't, would you? I mean, if someone sold you a tin of 3-in-1 oil, you wouldn't check to see if there was 2 missing, would you?
Well, I suppose not. No. Well, let's see what else is in this Whoops, bountiful cornucopia of Yuletide joy. Now, what's this? What's this here?
That's a mustard poultice, isn't it?
A mustard poultice?
Yeah, I thought you'd like that.
Mustard poultice?
There's a bread poultice underneath there too, and all of this.
Dennis, that's not very Christmassy, is it? A mustard poultice and a bread poultice.
That's very popular around here, they are, Christmas time, you know.
Really?
Yeah, mustard poultice. Well, a good treat with a bit of boiled bacon, you know.
People eat the poultices?
Well, see, that ain't quite so tart as Coleman's mustard, you see, is it? See, a bread poultice, that's very nice with a turkey or a capon or something like that.
Dennis, what are these enormous rubber bands here?
Well, that's one of the most popular items, they are, you know. Nice set of replacement rings for killing the jars, you
Really?
see.
And this enormous paper bag, a very tough, large paper bag.
They're spare bags for a goblin vacuum cleaner, ain't it?
In a Christmas hamper, really?
Well, see, Miss Edwards, she's got 75 gross of them, you see.
Another smart young salesman.
Trouble is...
What's the trouble, Dennis?
Trouble is, ain't no one round this way got a goblin vacuum cleaner, is there?
In that case, Dennis, why include them in the hamper?
Well, they're still very useful.
Oh, Dennis, forgive me, but I...
Many's the time someone come in the post office looking for an envelope or something like that. Miss Edwards, she always asks, what do you want it for? And likely as not, see, goblin bag is perfect for the job, ain't it?
Really? I can't imagine what these long, thin, tough paper bags could possibly be for postal purposes. I mean, what could you fit in them?
Well, mud guards.
Mud guards?
Well, boy, mud guards. People round here was pushed in a pair of mud guards anywhere. They never use nothing else, do they?
Really?
I always use goblin vacuum bags for posting mud guards. We do, you see.
Really? What's this? What's this in the cardboard box here? What's that?
That's an Easter egg.
An Easter egg? In a Christmas hamper, Dennis? I suppose it's all ready for Easter 1994, is that the idea?
Well, as a matter of fact, them Easter eggs what I put in the hampers...
Yes.
Well, as a matter of fact, they was all ready for Easter 1974.
You mean these Easter eggs that you put in the Christmas hampers are 20 years old?
Well, Miss Edwards, she was afraid they wouldn't make it the next Easter. She thought she'd better put them in the Christmas hampers, you see.
Yeah, well, I think the lady... Oh, good grief.
They're all right. They're still all right. If you rub that sort of white mould stuff off on your sleeve, they come up nice and brown underneath, as good as new, you know.
Really? Now, look, Dennis, look here. Here's something quite desirable.
You found the coat hanger, haven't you?
Well, very pretty it is, too. Now, that is a very pretty coat hanger. Yeah, I could give that to my wife. A very attractive padded ladies' coat hanger in ruched lilac satin. I expect it's scented, too. Oh, yes, here's the label. It is scented. The label, Devon Violets.
Oh, yeah, well, you smell it.
Yeah.
That's not exactly Devon Violets, is it?
Well, no. I mean, to be candid, Dennis,
That's more sort of Aladdin pink, really, isn't it?
Aladdin pink.
See, she stored the scented coat hangers a bit close to where she keep her loose paraffin, you see, and that big tank for the people what come round with their jugs, you see.
Yes, I see.
And over the years, the Devon Violets, well, see, some of them kids, they're none too careful when their mum send them down for a jug of paraffin, and they slop over the coat hangers.
I'm not sure my wife's going to want her cashmere coat to smell of Aladdin pink, Dennis.
Well, they wouldn't get no vermin in it.
Yeah, but even so, Dennis, I just
See, that's
don't...
more of a deterrent, isn't it? That don't just keep the moth out your garments, do it?
Really? Well, it does something else. What else does this do?
Well, they save your wardrobe.
Save your wardrobe?
That wouldn't ever suffer from woodworm in your wardrobe as long as you got one of Miss Edwards' scented hangers, would it?
Well, let us continue our exploration of this Grunty Fen Post Office Christmas hamper. What's in this little packet?
4 ounces of slug pellets.
Really?
Yeah.
Slug pellets?
Yeah.
Oh, that really is Christmassy.
I don't think that'd kill them.
Well, Christmas slug pellets wouldn't kill slugs.
See, there's a bit past what you might call this best boy date, isn't there?
Which was?
February 1964.
Yeah, well, I agree. They are perhaps a little unlikely to kill slugs.
But there's a good chance that'd slow them down a bit, you know. Yeah. See, that make them go a bit rubbery, don't it?
Dennis, what in heaven's name is this?
Spare brushes for a O-bank.
Really? These are spare brushes for a Eubank carpet sweeper?
Well, see, Reenie down the bull, she's ever so grateful when there's a set of O-bank replacement brushes for her carpet sweeper.
Really?
She do the walls of the saloon, you see.
The walls?
Yeah.
But Dennis, a Eubank carpet sweeper, it's for the floors.
Ah, well, see, she's got that very heavy flock wallpaper, ain't she?
Oh, no, look, here. At last. Here's something more Christmassy, some tinned foods. Oh. But Dennis, they've all lost their labels, haven't they? How do you know what's in them? How do you know?
Well, that's a bloomin' damp in Miss Edwards' shed. You see, the labels, they sort of peel off, don't they?
Yeah, so how do you know what's in the tins?
Well, to the trained ear, Miss Sooth.
Really?
That's quite easy, really. Hand me them tins what you got in your hamper.
One, that first
all
one.
right.
What's that?
Irish stew.
Really?
Yeah,
Can you be sure?
Yeah.
What's this one?
Tomato soup.
How can you tell?
Well, I'm not sure if that's plain tomato soup or cream of tomato. It's difficult.
What about this one here? Try that.
Scarcely any movement there.
Well, what was it?
Pilchards.
Yeah. Pilchards. And this one?
This one's carrots. Yeah.
Nice to know I'd have pilchards and carrots on the menu for Christmas, I must say. Dennis, I really am very grateful to you.
And this one's that's cling peaches in heavy syrup.
Oh, really? Oh, thank you.
That
Right.
came in after
Dennis.
1970. See, that's when they started using the multi-grade syrup, you know. You can tell by the sound, you see.
Really? I look forward to that, the multigrade syrup in my cling peaches. What's this, Dennis? This is just an empty carton. There's nothing in this one here. It's an empty carton, Dennis.
That ain't empty.
But Dennis, it is empty.
That's tapioca flakes.
It's empty.
Look through the little cellophane window in the side of the carton there. Go on.
I am. That's exactly what I am doing. I'm looking through the little cellophane window in the side of the carton. I mean, sorry, Dennis, I don't want to appear ungrateful, but all I can see is the cardboard on the other side.
No, Miss Hazel. Look, hold it up to the light and sort of look down so you can see the bottom. Yeah. See, that's sort of settled, isn't it?
Really? The tapioca flakes have settled.
Yeah, and see, then the damp got in and now they've gone a bit sort of what you might call solid.
Oh, yes, you're right. Yeah, I can just glimpse the top of a sort of brick of tapioca.
Well, that's good stuff, Miss Heath. It's got a lot of uses. I mean, that's marvellous in a gearbox, you know, if that's making a bit of a noise and that. And look here.
What's this?
There's
What
a
have you
kind of Blakey's and a nice bit of millet for your budgie in there.
Yes, well, I haven't got a budgery, as a matter of fact, but nevertheless, it
And
was
there's
a
an
very
extra
kind
large
thought.
pie funnel there. Look.
Extra large? It's enormous, Dennis. How many people bake a pie 8 inches deep?
And a packet of zoobs
that's nice as
and a
well.
card of Kirby grips
yes,
there.
very, very suitable for me. Bald as a coot. Well, what's this? Oh, yes, well, that's going to be very handy for me. A packet of Rizzler cigarette papers.
Blue Deluxe.
Yeah, Blue Deluxe Rizzler cigarette papers. Thank you so much, Dennis. Oh, the whole thing, a lot of thought has gone into this. Bottle of calamine lotion.
And a fly paper.
Yeah.
See, all the little luxuries what people look forward to having about them over Christmas, you see, ain't
Yes,
it?
Dennis, all these items of merchandise, are they all things in which Miss Edwards is, as it were, overstocked?
Oh, yeah, she carry vast reserves, Miss Heath. Vast reserves.
Yes.
See, look, I tell you, she's proud of them smart salesmen what come round and that, ain't
Yes,
she?
I suppose that would account for this enamel sink tidy too. Yes.
And this.
Yes. What is that? A contraption of buckles and pads and belts? What on earth is that?
That's one of her abominable belts, Miss Heath.
One of Miss Edwards' abominable belts?
Yeah, there's a surgical appliance for people what got a floating kidney.
Dennis, an abdominal belt, not an abominable
Marvellous value, these hampers, Miss Heath. Now, you look at this here, look.
What? Yes. I am looking at it. What is it?
A novelty rat-proof picnic cushion.
Well, Dennis, thank you so much for giving me all these splendid things, and I'll try to think of something to give you in return. Would you sing your goodbye song now, please?
That's all in your life, that's all in your life. Don't go scratching of your poor old head. Don't go worrying, just go back to bed. That's all in your life and you're a long time dead. That's all in your life. God bless.
Oh, thanks, Dennis, for that. Here, look, before we part, Look, down the bottom. What's all this dust and grit at the bottom of the Christmas hamper?
Ah, well, that's your loose veg, isn't it?
Loose veg. Oh, the seeds.
Yeah, your early scarlet horn, and your mussel bar, and your calabrese, and your boat hardy, and your exhibition long pod, and your hollow crown, missus, and there's your webs wonderful. I mean, you could sort them out one wet Wednesday afternoon when you ain't got much to do, couldn't you?
Well, I'm sure Mr. South never had another Christmas hamper like that one. Thank you for listening to this Grunty Fen podcast. On behalf of everyone at Grunty Fenery and Dennis of GruntyFen.co.uk, we'd like to wish you all the very best of the festive season and thank you for supporting us throughout the year. Without you, we wouldn't be here. So thank you, take care, and that's all in your life.
Fen tigers got dewdrops on their nose. Fen tigers got webs between their toes. Fen tigers, their welcome never fails. So come on in, I'll tell to you some good old tiger tales. Come on in, I'll tell to you some good old tiger tales.